Hello, today is the 12th of January 2021, and I'm reading on Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley and what their future is. Now, I know right now they're facing possible censure for and being put on a no-fly list for their actions regarding the insurrection. Now, they're looking into it, but I mean, it's pretty much clear that they did this, that they incited them. They're going to try to cast doubt. Now, I've looked at the astrological charts for both men, Josh and Ted. They're both Capricorns, and where Ted has Libra moon and also a Libra, I believe, ascendant, possibly. Josh, on the other hand, has his moon in Gemini and his Mars in Scorpio. Cruz's Mars is in, I think, Virgo. Now, Josh Hawley's chart is really interesting. I noted that he had about 5 planets in Scorpio, including, as I've just said, his moon. No, his moon is Gemini. His rising, I think, no, his Mars is in Scorpio, but there's 5 other planets. His Saturn is in Scorpio. It's really weird. Go check it out. Well, I'll put a link in the description box. There was only one chart I could find online that has worked out his birth chart. So we're going to see about them and what their futures look like, and if they're going to be held responsible also for their part in inciting insurrection. Let's take a look. Between the two of them, looking at their charts, Ted has a lot of Libra, so he can flip-flop, and he has it in more than one key area. I believe he has, like, definitely his moon and I think rising. And then Josh has a harder edge to him with all that Scorpio energy. And comparably between the two, he would be a lot more aggressive, hostile. Ted just doesn't know which way to go. He's kind of, I feel like when I looked at his chart, he just kind of looks like he can flip-flop, like he doesn't really have what we already know, much of a spine. But Josh, he was born in Arkansas, and he's only recently come to Missouri. I was born in Missouri, born in misery, and he is not a Missourian. He is from Arkansas. And he's gone to Yale. He's gone to the upper echelon of the schools. Very much so, that says rich boy. And he's he's a very dark person with all that Scorpio. And I say this having my own husband and one of my children is a Scorpio. But if you get the dark side of a Scorpio, oof. And I'm telling you, Josh does not feel like the good dignification of those Scorpio energy. Which, you know, when it's positively dignified in any sign, it's wonderful. But he's got that, he has this cluster. Just go check it out. It's really weird. all in Scorpio. So the issue is that both men have their suns in earth signs, and both of them have their moons in air signs. So I might have to then go to, for me, I would look at Mars just to see how fierce they are, what's their drive. And Ted has more, he has Virgo, according to the chart I found for him. And Josh has his Mars in Scorpio. That goes deep. So they can both hold a grudge. But Ted's more passive. Way more passive than this guy will be. That's what I should have just. All right. Anyway, on with the cards. What does it look like for Josh Hawley, and Ted Cruz, cruising right to prison? What do their futures look like as a result of their actions in this insurrection? Will they face censure? Not face it, they have that, but will they be censured? Okay, this is the hidden activities, that sneaky stuff. That this is the riot, and this is the siege of the Capitol. Boy, that just comes popping out. Here we have a wand sign. This could be indicating Trump, because we also, but let's see. And this is sorrow. This is remorse. This is regret. More regret. I think that somebody died. Or there is regrets. There's a man that is regretting something here with regard to this. I think it's the policemen's, both policemen that have died. I think they regret that. It's almost like, duh, you didn't think that maybe somebody like one of them would be killed? I mean, we know you don't care about anybody else. You're allowing people to, and encouraging them to insurrection. You're following Trump's orders of insurrection. And I feel like the regret is, and I'm going to have to see if one of the officers was a fire sign, but this could be regret that over the deaths of, I think, because it's male, potentially the officers. But let's just continue. That might change. Get the other cards out. Abandonment. There's going to be a very quick action that comes in where they have to walk away. There is legal, and it's maybe because really around this male, where we have the fighting and the loss, that's why I'm thinking it's the loss of policemen. This is going to be a real problem for them. And particularly, I think, where you see the policeman being beaten with a stick, not the flag. Ugh. And as I was saying, just the ugliness about what was done to those that were left, that weren't in on. I think there were those that were in on this, and there were those that were clearly not. And this is, they're going to have to go. I see some sort of illegal victory in concern. There could be, I wonder if families won't sue also be suing them, looking to sue them for the deaths of one of these policemen? That might happen. Be part of their lawsuit, and they will win it. This is happening at night, and this is also a, in my opinion, the fact that they are so visible in the contrast of this, their support of this is just going to be clear. Their high visibility as the office that they hold in supporting this. I think that's what this is. And they're doing it, you can see it. It's done on the sly. Here we have a Queen of Wands who is going to basically, I think, demand and take action to get them out. This is a fiery queen. So this Leo could be, I think Pelosi's the Leo. She's going to see to it that these two, more than that they have to leave. She's going to come up on the horizon with this somehow, I think. More visible with this idea. She's taking action here. Yeah, she's, oh, shit. Okay, well, I don't think that they're going to be having, their careers are over, are going to be over. They are in huge trouble. This is for the attack again. The legal fallout will ruin them both. That they have held up a false promise, and they will regret it because it will come down around their ears. It didn't succeed. And that's the only regret. It's not really, the other regret is to do with the policeman that died, but they would still try and get away with this if they could. And they're not going to. I see very strong, and I believe it's probably Pelosi, leading the charge to get them out for this. To get them out. They will not be able to hold in this case, I'd say, office any kind, ever again. Big trouble. She's enduring this real dark time, and she's got hope. She's holding out hope for the new government to come in, because she realizes this is just they're going to have to, there is going to be a great deal of having to go after these people and hold them accountable. And this is the result for them. It's going to be their lives that come down around their ears. So we're looking at ruin for them both. This is some sort of, this could be the censure. This is the delay or the hold with the Hanged Man. And this is boredom and apathy. Really a bit of a pissiness about it, frankly. I think you can see that. And then we go to another 4. That's interesting. One of, okay, I'm not happy that I can't travel or go where I want to do, and I have to be still because I'm under investigation or whatever. And I've been put under some sort of measure, an active measure by this woman who's very powerful, and is bringing my whole, my actions are bringing my life down around my own ears. I'm being held accountable. Not liking it. Maybe a little bit indulging, a little drinky-winky, both of them. Might be that sort of thing going on. And then we see retreat. interesting that we see we see 2 4s, and then the next card, Trump. That's usually my Trump card. I think him being ill, hospitalized, going into retreat. I think because he'll get probably the 25th. He might catch that 25th. It's the end for them, and the world will be happy. They will no longer be Trump and company and his clowns donezo. They have dug their own career grave, and socially too. I just feel that their smugness is going to be a big problem for them. Their response, their attitude, and the fact that here's, like, you can see this man feels like he's calling, heading a lynch mob. And yet these are the fat cats that sit back and let the people the fools that they incite, take the fall. I think that's what they thought would happen. I think that the fact that the policeman died has created a whole nother dynamic they were not counting on, which is stupid. And they could get legally. They might be held, I see them definitely being held to legal account for this in a variety of ways. They might get sued by one of, I think, the men that died, or because there's loss. And the family, I should say, sued by the family, because I feel like there's grieving, and where there's a grieving, there's a lawsuit. And so that is more death than, but I'm sure some of the people that are going to be locked up won't be big fans of these two either. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. What does matter is that Hawley and Cruz will face legal consequences. They will lose their careers, and I see it all comes down around their ears with the tower, and that they have been connected. They have done this. They were guilty and are guilty of having incited this riot. That shows there. And I see Pelosi making sure that those two do not escape without a wrecking ball coming for them. And that's what I have for Tweedledee and Tweedledum, Cruz and Hawley. See you in the next